Living on a cruise ship sounds like a dream, but it's not all umbrella drinks and bingo. There's some weird stuff no one tells you. So before you trade your house keys for a room key, let's get brutally honest. In reality, full-time life on a cruise ship sounds like the ultimate escape plan: endless travel, no rent, fresh seafood on tap, and a rotating cast of interesting people. But after a few weeks at sea, the fantasy starts to crack. The food gets repetitive, the entertainment loops, and your cabin might be right above the club. Yes, you'll hear every beat. This isn't a vacation anymore. It's your life now. You'll discover odd truths, like how Wi-Fi costs more than gold, or how insurance works until it doesn't. If you're thinking about going full nautical with your lifestyle, here are 10 things you really need to know before diving in. 1. It can start to feel like Groundhog Day at sea. At first, cruising feels exciting. Every day brings something new: a new port, a new show, a fun drink by the pool. But after a while, full-time cruisers start to notice something. Everything starts to repeat. Most cruise lines use the same routes again and again, especially in popular places like the Caribbean or Mexico. You stop at the same ports, walk down the same streets, and see the same souvenir shops. The locals even start to recognize you. The buffet offers the same food every day, and the entertainment shows don't change often. Even the cute towel animals in your room start to feel familiar instead of fun. This can make each day feel the same, like you're living in the movie Groundhog Day, where the same events repeat over and over. What was once exciting starts to feel routine. You may begin to miss the feeling of surprise and discovery that made cruising fun in the first place. 2. You might feel lonely, even with people around. Cruise ships are crowded. You're surrounded by passengers, crew, entertainers, and staff. But oddly enough, many full-time cruisers say they feel lonely. Why? Because most people on the ship are only there for a short time, maybe 5 to 7 days. They come, they enjoy their vacation, and then they leave. Then a new group arrives, and the cycle starts again. You meet new people all the time, but those connections don't last. It's hard to form deep friendships when everyone else is just passing through. You may know the bartender who serves your favorite drink, or chat with a crew member you see often. But they also have busy jobs, and may not have time for long conversations. Cruise directors and entertainers change ships, or go home between contracts. They won't be there for birthdays, holidays, or personal events. So even though you're never alone physically, you may feel emotionally distant. For some full-time cruisers, it can feel like they're living among strangers. 3. Cruise ships are not the same as assisted living. Some people, especially retirees, like to say that living on a cruise ship is better than moving into assisted living. And in some ways, that's true. Cruise ships offer good food, fun activities, entertainment every night, and daily housekeeping. It sounds like a great life. But there are some big differences that many people don't think about. Cruise ships are not designed for people who need regular medical help. While there is usually a small medical center on board, it's not like a hospital. The doctors and nurses can handle minor injuries or common illnesses, but if you have a serious health problem, they may have to take you off the ship at the nearest port. That could mean you're stuck in a foreign country, far from your home, your doctors, and your family. Also, the cruise staff, like your room steward or the restaurant team, are not trained caregivers. They are not responsible for helping with medications, mobility issues, or personal care. If you need help walking, bathing, or remembering your medicine, you're on your own. Cruise ships are great for healthy, independent people, but not for those who need daily care or medical supervision. 4. Medical and dental care is very limited. Every cruise ship has a medical center, but it's made to handle only basic problems. Things like seasickness, a cut, or a minor stomach issue. No problem. They can give you pain medicine, bandages, or help if you slip by the pool. But serious health issues? That's another story. If you take medication every day, the ship's doctor usually won't refill it for you. You'll need to bring enough medicine to last the whole cruise, and even extra, just in case. If your medicine gets lost or runs out, you may have to wait until the next port, find a pharmacy, and hope you can get what you need. And if you need dental care, things can get really stressful. Cruise ships do not have dentists. If you crack a tooth, lose a filling, or get a painful toothache, there's nothing the ship can do. You'll be stuck looking for a dentist in whatever country you stop at next. That means dealing with foreign phone numbers, different languages, and hoping your travel insurance covers dental emergencies. Many don't. For full-time cruisers, this can become a major issue. That's why some make a plan to visit home or stop in ports with reliable clinics every few months, just for checkups and dental work. It's not fun, but it's better than facing a root canal in a place where you don't speak the language. 5. Travel insurance can be complicated. When you go on a regular vacation cruise, you usually buy travel insurance that covers you for the trip, maybe 7 to 14 days. But if you're a full-time cruiser, things get tricky. Most travel insurance plans only cover 60 to 90 days at a time. After that, they expire, and you're on your own. That means you may need to fly home between cruises just to buy a new policy. Some people try to buy back-to-back short-term plans over and over, but that can get expensive fast and confusing. You'll need to keep careful records of dates and coverage. If something goes wrong and your insurance just expired, you could be stuck with a huge bill. And here's something many U.S. retirees don't know. Medicare doesn't work outside the U.S. If you get hurt or sick in the Caribbean or Europe, Medicare won't pay a dime. You'll either need private international insurance or be prepared to pay out of pocket. This is one of the biggest surprises for full-time cruisers who thought their health insurance would follow them. 6. Your cabin might not be peaceful. When you live on a cruise ship full-time, you probably try to save money by booking inside cabins. These are the smallest rooms, with no windows or natural light. They're often sold as guaranteed fare rooms, meaning the cruise line picks your location, and you don't get to choose where you sleep. Sometimes, you'll get lucky, and your room will be in a quiet hallway. Other times, you might be right next to the engine room, the laundry area, or worse, directly above the nightclub. On some ships, that means thumping music until 1 a.m., or you might hear the anchor chain being lowered at 5 a.m. And since these inside cabins don't have windows, you won't know if it's day or night unless you check your phone or step outside. Some people love the cave-like darkness for sleeping. Others say it messes with their body clock and mood. If you're planning to cruise long-term, bring earplugs, white noise apps, and a lot of patience. Try to ask for quiet zones if the cruise line allows requests, and be ready to switch rooms mid-cruise if the noise becomes unbearable. 7. You'll be moving. Constantly. The romantic idea of settling into your cozy cabin and spending months sailing across the world sounds amazing, but it's not how things usually work when you're cruising on a budget. To live full-time on cruise ships affordably, many people bounce between cruise lines and take advantage of back-to-back deals. Some seasoned cruisers take 20 to 30 cruises a year, hopping from ship to ship like nomads of the sea. This means you'll be packing and unpacking your bags regularly, often every week or two. You'll drag your suitcase through busy cruise terminals, learn new ship layouts, and adapt to different cabin sizes and locations again and again. The experience can be exciting at first, but over time it becomes exhausting. Unlike a typical home, your space is never consistent for long. Because of this constant movement, most full-time cruisers live out of just 1 or 2 suitcases. Wardrobes are minimal and highly functional. Think neutral-colored, wrinkle-resistant clothing that works for formal nights, shore excursions, and everything in between. Beige slacks, quick-dry shirts, and multi-purpose shoes are the standard uniform. Fashion variety? That's something you leave behind with land life. If you enjoy routine, comfort, and stability, this part of cruise life might surprise you. Every new ship is a small learning curve, from how the elevators work to where the laundry room is. It's a lifestyle of constant motion, and while it can be exciting, it also requires flexibility, energy, and a love of change. 8. Laundry is a real struggle. Laundry is one of those things you never think about until it becomes a problem, and on cruise ships, it often is. Many cruise lines offer laundry services, but they aren't cheap. Washing a small load could cost $25 or more, and full-service packages add up fast when you're cruising month after month. So, how do long-term cruisers deal with this? They get creative. Some travelers wash clothes in their bathroom sink using travel detergent or even hotel shampoo. Clothes are then wrung out by hand and hung to dry around the cabin. Others carry a collapsible laundry bag and seek out local laundromats in port cities. A laundromat stop becomes part of the shore excursion routine. Grab a coffee, find Wi-Fi, and wash a week's worth of socks. A few cruisers even book a cheap Airbnb between cruises just to do laundry, reset, and regroup before the next voyage. It's a practical hack, but it adds a layer of planning that most vacationers never deal with. If you're dreaming of cruise ship life, pack wisely. Choose quick-drying, wrinkle-resistant clothes, and always have a laundry plan. 9. Wi-Fi is pricey and often terrible. You'd think that with all the advances in satellite technology, the internet at sea would be fast and easy. Not quite. While some newer ships now offer improved connectivity, Wi-Fi at sea is still known for being expensive and painfully slow, especially if you're trying to do anything beyond checking emails. Streaming Netflix, joining a video call, or watching live sports. Forget about it. Most full-time cruisers either pay extra for internet packages with very limited data or skip the ship's Wi-Fi altogether to save money. Instead, they rely on finding free internet on land, usually at coffee shops, fast food restaurants, or shopping malls when the ship docks. This Wi-Fi hunting becomes part of the daily grind. Want to check your bank account, call family, or book your next cruise deal? Better hope the port has decent internet, and that you get there early enough to grab a seat with an outlet. If you work remotely, stream regularly, or just like fast online access, this is one of the hardest parts of full-time cruise life to adjust to. 10. Some people cruise for free, but it's a gamble. You might have heard stories of people living on cruise ships without paying full price, sometimes not paying at all. The secret? Casino loyalty programs. Many cruise lines reward gamblers with free cruise offers, especially if they spend a decent amount in the onboard casino. Some travelers use this system to cruise for months at a time at minimal cost. Here's how it works. You gamble just enough to qualify for rewards, but not so much that you go broke. In return, you get free or discounted cruise offers, sometimes with perks like drink packages or onboard credits. On paper, it sounds like the ultimate hack, and some cruisers do make it work. But make no mistake, it's risky. One unlucky streak at the slot machines, and your budget can take a serious hit. And while some get good at playing the odds carefully, it's still a form of strategic gambling. You're essentially trading financial stability for cruise benefits, and one misstep can cost you far more than a basic cabin fare. Think of it like extreme couponing, but instead of clipping deals, you're rolling dice and spinning reels. Avoid these mistakes. Going on a cruise is supposed to be relaxing and fun, but sometimes people make simple mistakes in their cabins that can cause big problems. These mistakes can cost you money, get you in trouble with the cruise staff, or even put your safety at risk. Here are some common cabin mistakes to avoid, so your cruise stays smooth and stress-free. 1. Don't fall for the minibar trap. When you walk into your cruise cabin, you might see a little fridge full of drinks and snacks. This is called the minibar. The drinks and treats might look tempting, especially if you're feeling tired or hungry. But be careful. These items are not free. Even if you bought a drink package for your cruise, the minibar is not included. That means if you take a soda, a bottle of water, or a candy bar from there, you'll be charged extra. And the prices are usually very high. Instead of grabbing something from the minibar, go to the pool bar or one of the lounges. You can also call room service, which is often free or much cheaper. That way, you won't be surprised by a big bill at the end of your trip too. Don't smoke in your cabin. Many people don't realize how serious cruise lines are about smoking rules. You are not allowed to smoke in your cabin or on your private balcony. That includes everything: cigarettes, cigars, pipes, and even electronic cigarettes like vapes. Why is this rule so strict? Because fire is one of the biggest dangers on a ship. One small spark can cause a serious emergency. If you want to smoke, only do it in the areas of the ship that are marked as smoking zones. These places are usually outdoors and clearly marked. If you break the rule and smoke where you're not supposed to, you could be fined or even asked to leave the ship at the next port. It's not worth the risk. 3. Avoiding decorating your cabins. Some travelers like to decorate their cabin for birthdays, anniversaries, or other special occasions. While that's a nice idea, be careful how you do it. You are not allowed to use tape, nails, glue, or anything sticky on the walls, doors, or furniture. Even using sticky hooks to hang something can damage the cabin. Cruise cabins are not like your home. Think of them like hotel rooms. You wouldn't put holes or tape all over a hotel room, right? If you really want to decorate, ask the cruise staff for help. Some ships even offer special decoration packages for a small fee. That way, you can celebrate without causing damage or risking a fee. 4. Don't take bathrobes or towels away from the cruise ship. The big fluffy towels and soft bathrobes in your cabin are for you to use on the ship only. They are not free souvenirs. If you take them home, the cruise line will charge your account, and those charges can be expensive. However, it's okay to take the small bottles of shampoo, conditioner, or soap. These are considered complimentary. If you love the bathrobe or towel and want to keep it, check the cruise gift shop. Many ships sell their branded towels and robes as official souvenirs. Be careful with your balcony door. If your cabin has a balcony, enjoy it, but use it safely. Never open both your main cabin door and the balcony door at the same time. Why? because the wind can create a strong air pressure that slams doors shut or even blows things across the room. This can break items or hurt someone. Also, never lean over or sit on the balcony railing. It might seem safe, but it's very risky. One small slip and you could fall overboard. And if you have kids, always make sure the balcony door is locked when they are in the room. Safety comes first. 6. Use the cabin signs to signal privacy. Your cabin has two helpful signs: Do Not Disturb and Make Up Room. Use the Do Not Disturb sign when you need privacy or want to nap. Use the Make Up Room sign when you're heading out and want a fresh cabin when you return. These signs may seem small, but they make a big difference. Using them correctly avoids awkward walk-ins and helps the cleaning crew work better. Living full-time on a cruise ship might seem like a dream. Beautiful views, no chores, and the thrill of waking up in a new place every few days. But once you're on board for months at a time, reality sets in. Routines become repetitive, and while the food is plentiful, it's often the same options week after week. Small luxuries, like fast Wi-Fi or doing laundry, suddenly become big challenges. You'll constantly move from ship to chase the best deals, rarely settling in one cabin for long. You might have to live out of a suitcase, find creative ways to wash your clothes, and spend your port days searching for solid internet just to catch up on life back home. And while some people game the system using casino loyalty programs to score free cruises, it's a gamble, literally. Cruise life isn't always glamorous. It's often practical, sometimes isolating, and occasionally exhausting. But for many, the trade-offs are worth it. There's a certain peace in watching the ocean every day, joy in meeting new people from all over the world, and excitement in exploring new countries without ever touching an airport. Still, before you sell your house and move on a cruise ship, take a step back. Make sure you understand the quirks, costs, and lifestyle adjustments that come with this floating way of life. It's not for everyone, but for the right person, it's a kind of freedom you can't find anywhere else. Now you know the truth about full-time cruising. It's not just a vacation, it's a commitment, one that can be deeply rewarding if you know what you're really signing up for.